Hello everyone, welcome back to our Fire Nursing Tutorial YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to break down this powerful tool, the ABCDE approach. It is a simple but incredibly effective framework that ensures we tackle the most life-threatening problems first, buying precious time for a definitive diagnosis and treatment. Whether you are a medical student, a seasoned nurse, a paramedic, or just someone interested in emergency care, mastering the ABCDE approach can give you the confidence and the structure you need in a chaotic situation. So grab your notes and let's dive into the ABCDE of saving lives. Who all have visited first time on this channel, please do subscribe and watch. Here you can see in the image ABCDE, that is assessment in emergency patients. A, airway, breathing. Look at pictures. Here, what is ABCDE? Here, A stands for airway, B stands for breathing, C circulation, D disability, E exposure. That is ABCDE approach. We'll see one by one. First we'll see airway. A stands for airway. Here, oxygen is very essential for our survival, and this oxygen enters into our body through the airways. And then our goal is to ensure the airway in patient and protected. And then check the airway if patient is talking. Airway is patent. And then look for the signs of obstruction. If there is stridor, gurgling, or silence, then you can suspect that the airway may be obstructed. Then you can certain basic maneuvers like head tilt, chin lift, but you cannot do it in a trauma where the neck is involved. In that case, you have to do jaw thrust. Jaw thrust, that is in the trauma patients. And then there you can observe in the image jaw thrust. You can use suction to suck out the secretions may be present on the airway, and you can use airway adjuncts like oropharyngeal airway or nasopharyngeal airways. And then sometimes you may have go for definitive airway like endotracheal intubation or and then surgical airway. That is in this way you can manage this airway obstruction. Next we'll see for second, that is B stands for breathing. Now here after airway, the second thing on the list is breathing. Now your airway is patent, the oxygen can enter through the airway, but the breathing apparatus has to be in proper form. Our goal is to ensure adequate oxygenation and ventilation. Adequate oxygenation means oxygen is entering through the lungs into the body, and ventilation means the carbon dioxide is coming out through the lungs out of the body. And here you have to identify and immediately treat life-threatening respiratory problems, especially in trauma. And then you will see for the chest movements are proper or not. If the respiratory rate is normal or too low or too high, if there are any abnormal sounds like crepitations, crackles, etc. And you will also check the saturation, SpO2. And then you have to give high flow oxygen, and sometimes you may have to use a bag mask ventilation. And then there are certain life-threatening conditions, as I have initially said. You have to also manage those conditions, and then they are like tension, pneumothorax, asthma, and then pulmonary edema. Here you can see that bag mask ventilation. Through this you can manage. And then next we'll see C stands for circulation. Here now the oxygen has entered through the airway, through the lungs, but your circulatory system should be proper, and so that this oxygen is carried to the tissue. And then our goal is to maintain adequate tissue perfusion and oxygen delivery. And then you also have to treat some life-threatening conditions like shock or this one. Major bleeding is especially important in trauma patients. And then check pulse rate, blood pressure, and then capillary refill time, and also see if there is any external bleeding. You will immediately secure IV access with the 2 large bore cannulas. You may need some urgent blood transfusions or IV fluids, and you will also have to control bleeding. Here, there are certain life-threatening conditions like massive hemorrhage, this one, cardiac tamponade, and then anaphylaxis or certain life-threatening arrhythmias. And then next we'll see D, that D stands for disability. Here rapidly assess neurological status, that is disability. Here identify causes of altered consciousness. After we ensure that the oxygen is properly being delivered to all the tissues, then you have to see if the patient's brain is working properly or not. Here that one scale is there, that is ABPU, that stands for alertness, verbal, and pain unresponsive. Here scale this need to check the consciousness of patient, check pupil, measure blood sugar. Here this one, simple hypoglycemia can lead to altered consciousness, so never forget it to check. And then also see certain other signs like if there is a seizure or signs of meningitis. Here causes of altered consciousness. Causes are hypoxia, hypoglycemia, stroke, and also raised intracranial pressure. Here management, you can see ventilation, glucose, and then CT brain, anticonvulsants, and also mannitol if there is increased raised intracranial pressure, and then in some conditions surgery may be needed. Next we'll see E, that is exposure and environment. Last and very important thing on our checklist is exposure and environment. Here our goal is to look for hidden problems and also to prevent hypothermia. And then address the patient maintaining dignity and to inspect the patient from head to toe. And also look for injuries, rash, burns, stings, bites, swelling, bruises, bleedings, deformities, or any medical alert tags that the patient may be wearing. And an important thing here you have to see is temperature, lighting, and then safety of the scene. And then if the patient is hypothermic, you have to use warm blankets and warm IV fluids. This is all about the exposure and environment. Here we'll see some important points. That is ABCDE is a cycle one time, that is not one time checklist, and then fix problems as you find them, and then do not move on until problems at the current step are addressed, and then reassess continuously, and also call for senior help early only. Here this ABCDE approach is there, right? This is a part of primary survey. And again another some important points we'll see. There are certain exceptions to in what order this ABCDE to be followed. And then for example here one example is there, that is exception. Here cardiac resuscitation. In that cardiac resuscitation, first you have to assess circulation, airway, and breathing. After that environmental disease, here exposure we need to see first. And then seizure with hypoglycemia, here disability, D has to check first. Here the theme is treat first what kills first. This is all about the ABCDE approach and assessment we can say. And then here we'll see the summary. That is airway. A, airway, secure it. B stands for breathing, that is for oxygenation has to provide, and ventilation. And then C stands for circulation, here control bleeding and perfusion. And then disability, that is has to check consciousness and then also glucose level. And then E stands for exposure, that is hidden dangers and then prevent hypothermia. I hope you all are very clear with the ABCDE approach and this one or assessment. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative content. Thank you for watching.